Mercury retrograde issues. But anyway, it is what it is. Some things you have to react on. You have to be proactive. You have to do what it is needs to do. Sometimes the things that you're going to do, they are not going to match the things that happening for. Um, I want to talk to you now about this healing in a child. Maybe some of you expecting uh, the uh, the video to be on the other, but I can't enter it because I'm without power. That is due to Mercury retrograde, which is when I was going to pay my electrical bill. The new bill came in, and there was a skipped bill, and because of the skipped bill, I have no power. So I paid the bill right away, like now, but in an hour I have to go and pay the fee so they can come in and restore the power. But it is what it is. You have to go and you have to work and you have to do the things. Um, I put the chat, even um, the chat, you can probably going to be able to see it. Um, so here is how about you to heal yourself, but go back to your childhood. And if you look at it right now in you, okay, and you find certain things from within itself, there is you liking certain things, you liking certain situations, you're missing something in your childhood. You're missing certain things. Maybe you're telling yourself, "I'm not good in this. I'm not good in that. I'm not great at this," or however it is. Okay. The best way you to heal yourself is go back to the childhood, and you will discover inside of yourself that in the childhood, okay, there is the things that you always wanted, but you never kind of like achieved it. Okay, you never achieved something in your childhood, and if you can achieve something in the childhood, now it's kind of like locking up in yourself. Um, in your childhood, there was something about you were dreaming. There was something about this inner kingdom of yours. But there was something else in there. Okay, there was that spiritual inner child from within, and the spiritual child from within. Now, since you are evolved and you are and this age, maybe you are like me, 48, or I know some of you here are even above or below this age, doesn't matter the age, we find out that we're lacking something. Okay, so now you wanted to go and heal yourself. Okay, but can you go back in time and heal the wounds from the childhood? Basically, not back in time, but you can go ahead and do the things you wanted to as a child. So you have to go ahead and do things. For example, if you lacking uh, or you have a fears of dogs, or go ahead and see if you can go ahead and feed the homeless dogs. I mean, there is a lot of homeless dogs around here. One of them, it's actually, I'm very friendly with it. We feed it regularly. I also have a domesticated cat. When I scream at her name and she's coming, but she's wild. But now she knows her name, and I feed her here from the window. Um, but when you do this, you develop this care for others. Maybe in the childhood there was something that you feel like you have to care. Or for example, you can go to the park and you can feed the pigeons. Okay, feed these pigeons. By feeding the pigeons gonna comes in and look at you, and it's gonna give you this energy back of love towards you. Okay, and then you want to understand that when you heal certain things now that you do, okay, you heal all this chain of events that you missed into today as an adult. And at the same time, you healing your inner child, you heal your spiritual inner child in you, and now you healed your adult life. Okay, that's how that goes. That's how that is. You're gonna help. If you have a fear of other people, okay, go ahead and talk to people who you don't know. Just start a basic conversation. It's because when you are at the kinder care, you don't talk to a lot of kids for a reason. All right. Now, when you do this, you fix the childhood trauma. You fix your inner child in yourself. So is your spiritual child. Now you develop the skills to talk to anybody that you want to talk. And you have no freaking fears out of this. You evolve, okay? You evolve. I spoke to some people here and they're like, Dio, but how could I fix it? How did you fix yourself? That's how you fix yourself. You do the things that are not comfortable. But why they're not comfortable? They're not comfortable because you didn't develop within yourself. That's what this is. You did not develop it. In order you to develop it, guess what? You have to act as a child. You have to love yourself as a child. Okay? That's what the key is. You develop these parts, it heals every chain of events, every sins that you did. I mean, you gotta forgive. In order you to ask for forgiveness, you gotta forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, then you ask for forgiveness. If they give you, but you forgive yourself. That is the huge part in there. Another thing that I want to talk to you when you do this, okay? If you throughout your childhood, your teenage years, there is issues in there for you will be able to go ahead and heal that as well. Okay, maybe during your teenage years is something that happened. There is some kind of events that happens. All right, you can't go back in time, but you can do the things that you wanted to do that makes you happy. So when you make yourself happy, you make the inner child happy. So is your spiritual child in you. Let me talk about a little about the spiritual child. This spiritual child was the one that was talking to you as a kid. He always wanted to something. He always wanted to guide you. He always wanted to get the things from within you. And that spiritual child now is talking to you. Now it's a grown-up soul, but if you lacking things within a soul-based connections, guess what? The spiritual child tells you, it's like, dude, I'm missing this because I'm making a mistakes. I have a requirement. I have a things that I have to get it done. And now you're like, what things? And guess what? Your soul is telling you, well, when we were growing up, I never get it this done. I'm lacking this skill. I'm lacking this abilities. I'm lacking these capabilities. But you doing this, you understand it's your spiritual child that needs to be healed. And your spiritual child, it tells you go back to the childhood. Care for people, okay? I mean, you see, let's say, for example, an old lady, all right? And she carries the bags. Go grab her bags. Help her out to carry it. Or you see somebody struggling. Go help them out. Learn how to give. Learn how to get into it. whatever your problem will be. I mean, if you are introvert and stay home, and you're like, well, nobody's talking to me. You're introvert, right? But guess what? Get off your lazy bump, okay? Go out for a walk and just go see people and say, hi, good morning, how are you? Hello. Simple. Thanks. Start from a simple thanks. And then all of a sudden you can probably go to a coffee shop or you go to some place that you want to go get in there and you create a social circle. If you're afraid of a social circle, if you're afraid of this, if your problem is, for example, lacking secrets, okay, then go tell your secrets to someone that you trust. All right. So now you as a kid maybe didn't tell things that you should have said, should have done as a kid because of something happened. So there is a lot of things that if you follow this, if you look at it deep from within, you will understand how fast the healing could happen to you. I use this. I know it works. I know it helps out. I mean, that's how people healed. But it is about to share the healing process. Okay? I don't know if the chat if somebody can send something through a chat, I don't know if it works. I don't know. Just trying to figure that out. For it, if somebody can write something because I cannot see. Is the chat is open or not? Because if you guys have some any questions or any comments, I am not able to see them. Then maybe there is no chat at all. Anyway, I want to keep on going on this. Wounds. What is your wounds? Dive deep from within the wounds. Very important part. The wounds can't tell you where you were wrong or where you were right. Okay? And following this line, you can go back through all your relationships. You can go back all to your childhood relationships. And then you will see that something, a missing link. Missing link of a chain of events. So if you have a missing link down the road as an adult now, down the road as your relationship link, or down the road as a teenager link, then you go ahead and come back and you'll see that with the link that it's missing is your childhood. When you fix the thing, like what you need to fix, you will find one thing: internal happiness. I mean, internal happiness that's gonna make you love from within. You're gonna feel proud of yourself. You're gonna feel powerful. You're gonna feel lovely, and then you will understand certain things from you that's going on. Okay, and that will heal that inner child. Your soul is gonna be happy now that you fix this, because you healed also the spiritual inner child in you. Okay, you don't have only an inner child. You also have a spiritual inner child that it's there, waiting for you to be healed. Because non-healed inner child will not heal the spiritual side of that child. So now you're a spiritual person, but you carrying the wounds of the spiritual inner child. I mean, you know them, they're both coexist from within you. Okay? I hope this message is kind of like clear. I know you feel it on the inside. I know you feel it from within. I know that little tongue, that little voice that always create that happiness in you as a child, or as a young kid, or as a teenager. Okay, the question is when did you lose? What did you lose? What chain of connections from within you broke, you missing? That is your wounds in there. Maybe those wounds are from your internal ego. Maybe your ego is too high, or maybe it was the culture, maybe it was religion, maybe some kind of restrictions. Okay, but that's what this is. Look deep inside of you guys. Okay, so I don't know if the chat works or it doesn't work. I don't see it anyway. I can't I can't see if I have a feedback from you guys. So if it's possible or not. Um, what else I can give you is a kind of like a little bit more guidance on this. Uh, Timelines. You have a timelines. Take a look at it. If something happened to you and repeat its cycles, what years there was. That astrology wise may link you into a certain period. So, for example, if that is a 12 years period, that is Jupiter. Okay, that's Jupiter. If it's about pretty much at the end of the year, something might be related and correlated to a Venus. Okay, if it's something occurs, let's say on a monthly base, though, that is something that it's correlated into the moon. When the moon enters a certain zodiac sign, okay, then there is something happens within you. All right. This kind of like can give you some clues of what it is going on. Uh, Spiritual inner child. The spiritual inner child, that's probably you felt it. It is alive when you watched a certain movies, and into this certain movies, okay, that inner child felt so excited, something that he wants. Okay, you maybe watched, let's say, for example, if you're a boy and you watch Spider-Man, or you watched some movie related to this superhero type of thing. But when it was a time for you to be a superhero, you weren't. So now you're lacking the abilities to perform as an actions, for example. But your spiritual child knew how it felt. Okay. Another thing that might be the beauty. Okay, if you watch The Beauty and the Beast, if you're a girl, and the beauty, she cares for all the animals, she cares for the flowers. She's this happy girl. Okay, now she went into the beast, the beast took her away. But she felt until she didn't recognize that she really, really loved him. Okay, what was the portion in her that missed? Okay, that love that she needed at the beginning. Okay, so there is so many things it's to look from within and inside. So many things that you can do with this. But finding your inner child from within is going to help you to go back into the basics. What I mean, go back into the basics is go back into this basic human behavior. Once you fix the basic human behavior from the childhood, you'll fix the basic human behavior within your spirit, in your spiritual child. Then you will fix everything that comes down the line is going to come more clear to you. You will fix your spiritual teenager, you will fix your things. And now, since you need to fix this stuff now at the current life, you will fix yourself. You're going to feel happy. And then you will realize a lot more things of internal happiness from within for yourself, not about somebody else. It's a good message of this Mercury retrograde process. Okay, every Mercury retrograde, kind of like we have some this energy of things that specific messages are coming in, and that's what it is. I still don't know if the chat works. If somebody can help me, I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't show me anything else. So yeah. Okay. And in case you see this, yeah, somebody from Facebook. Let's see. The chat works. Well, I don't see the chat. Josh, thank you. So if you guys have know me on a Facebook, I don't know for what reason I cannot see it here, but I can see the chat that comes from feedback from Messenger, and I don't know who was and who is on. Lisa, hi. Lightworker, hi. John Jones, thank you. Thank you from Dubai. Uh, Lightworker Tarot, thank you for being here. CJ, Maria Richards, thank you. Our unconscious childhood needs that. We'll still need them to meet. Here, there is a go. Maria, a question. Maria, thank you for this. I have no idea why I don't see the chat here, but I can blame Mercury retrograde. Okay, I mean, God bless this guy. Maybe that's the reason, the way it should be. But if there is a will, there is a way. Okay, um, that childhood is still needs to discover. Way back in the days, I did one exercise. I took a picture of being when I was 3 or 4 years old. I had to watch this picture. I'm like, what did I did with this child? He's grown up now. What did he missed? I understood there was a lot of things missing. But guess what? I was not looking. How much this child was happy in his soul back in the days. I was blinded to see the good things. Okay? But I found him inside of me. And I said, listen, bud, I'm all grown up now. How about you and I working together in life? That was a portion that I did as a twin flame. And that twin flame awakening helped me a lot, but also helped a lot of people on the way that they came in and they asked me about it. So now I'm looking at the next level of this. I mean, this is kind of like a little bit more advanced. I understood that now that I'm missing my spiritual inner child. I mean, that little fireball inside of me that made everything that was happy. That power of the soul that was make me to do all the good things when I did as a kid, or all the bad things that I did as a kid. I saw. I was like, holy crap. But guess what? Now that healing process is coming up. Now that healing situations are coming up. Okay? So that's what this is. I don't know why I'm not seeing my chat here. Still, somebody can give me a chat or questions. Somebody can kind of like message me. Josh, if you can message me if any questions come up from the chat, be okay to take a couple of questions for it. Thanks, Josh. Teamwork. All it takes is teamwork. God bless you guys. God bless you that you guys are here. Okay, let's see what did Josh said. The TF triggers the hell out of the childhood ones with my experience. Yes, exactly. That's what this is. Our unconscious childhoods needs that still need to be met. Yes, if you lacked something in your childhood, okay, for example, you lack something in your spiritual childhood, and now since you are in the spirituality and you are open it up, you feel like you blocked. You can continue something. Something has not been done. Some process from within has not been done. You can move forward if you hold yourself back. And that's why you go back in there and you do it. For example, if you always wanted to go ahead and cook a little goat, okay? You like those little goats, they jump in, the baby goats, okay? But now you're afraid out of the goats. Maybe somebody didn't give you permission to go hug the goats. That little jumping crazy thing, but you always wanted it. Just go find a zoo, one of those farmer zoos in the United States, or find whatever country you are, find some place where they have this. You can go ahead and do it. Or, for example, some of the people getting very much attracted to elephants, and they want to play with the baby elephant. That will be me. Okay. Probably when I go to India, I will do it. To play with the baby elephant, just to go ahead and do it, or give it a hug to the elephant. All right. I mean, I rode an elephant. I always wanted to be on top of elephant. So when I was in the States, I took my kids and me. We went out to this circus when they were performing rites of the elephant, and we went in, and I went in. I pet him. I touch him. I pat him over the top. I grabbed him for his ears. Here we go. I satisfied a part of me. I understood it was something important to me. Memory of a past life. Okay, but it helped me to heal something. I understood now. I'm like, dude. Okay, you have connection with your inner child, but there is some kind of spiritual wounds you have. I'm like, what do you mean spiritual wounds? Oh, spiritual wounds from the inner child. When I was a child, my spiritual inner child is wounded as well. That's what nobody's been looking for. That's what nobody's been getting into this. Okay? All right, let's see what Josh sent. Shadow, hi Dio. Hey, just joined. Hi Ray. Haha, goats. We have two goats. Yeah, Shadow. Yeah, I actually, when I was as a maybe teenager, maybe 19-year-old, I had one picture with a baby goat that I mean, the darn thing loved me. I mean, I loved it too, but there was something, that's kind of like a connections that you understand of happens to soul to soul. And in other words, the thing is, for example, when I feed the cat up here, and she comes in and she gives me that love back, you begin to understand you are part of something more, not just your human based behaviors and lives. And where do you learn this? You learn it in the childhood. And that's why returning back there at some point is going to return you, because if you don't fix the wounds of the childhood, your relationship will point you those wounds. It will be on those wounds. And now, when you evolve to that point, and you're sitting up there and you're like, why cannot move forward anymore? Duh, you have things that you haven't finished. Go and finish your things. Go finish the stuff. That's why I give you this power right now. And this is my message to you guys. So if there is any questions, I'm ready to take him now. And if you're not, I'm just gonna stop because I got some things that I need to do. So be mindful. I will maybe online later on, but we'll see about that. I have to do some Mercury retrogrades to fix mistakes. Okay. Josh, thank you for the chat. Let's see, is there anything else? For nope. Okay. Right. Here we go. Communication again on full moon from TF. Email today asking how I am. Yeah, it's very powerful how this energy works. All right, you can tell them how you are. You can explain. Hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and uh, and, and I'm getting into this, and you can tell them, I appreciate it. You ask me about it. How are you? But you gotta be careful, with all these communications now. Don't go so deep, because right now it's kind of like a time for look from within, doing the inner work. You can ask him to do your inner work, and or you can explain, I'm doing my inner work right now. I'm working on me. I'm healing myself. I will be available to you when I heal myself, or at least express what is from within. Okay, but if you continue having some this, let's say, problems, unsolved situation, why you were in separation or so on, for it, or you begin to bugging in about problems. Now it's not about problem solving time. It is about problem understanding and healing time from within. It's a personal thing for. All right, guys. Any more questions? I'll wait for you, Josh, if there isn't. Okay, let's see. Our childhood bucket list: fulfilling ourselves, parenting our eternal little one. Yes, Maria. Here, you said it exactly. Our childhood bucket list. What did you not did as a child? For example, as a child, I was forbidden to go jump in the rain. When I was 16-year-old, and it was a kind of like summertime, and it was this rain. I just went out in the rain. I just run, I jump in the puddles. Okay, I come back home. I was happy as hell. Took a shower, And I was like, there is one more off the checklist. Boom. Uh, it is very kind of like a powerful you to understand yourself. It is incredible power when you pay more attention to yourself. You pay attention to more things. And you probably have this childhood bucket list, as Maria said. Thank you. What you wanted to do, what you wanted to have, what were you not allowed to have? Why was you not allowed to have this? What was the reason? Parents, culture, religion? You will find things that really can help you to heal yourself. Yeah, you might be get pissed off because now you understand things from different perspective. Okay, but to take a look in this, you are now gonna say, now I know what to do. Okay, I mean, if you have to go ahead and let's say you wanted to have a doll, or you wanted to have this specific, for example, Transformers truck, okay, as a kid that you couldn't have, you can just go ahead and get it. Go buy it yourself. Go see what it is. Go be that child. Experience that emotion as a child because that is a wound from within that you miss. Okay? It's nothing wrong. If you wanted to go on to be a merry-go-round onto a Luna Park or one of those things, find one that it's close by you. Go get yourself. Go have fun. I mean, if you wanted to, shooting for these awards and shooting for all this, go do it. You will understand by doing this, you healed you, and now that healing, it's gonna be magnify your spiritual powers. You have no idea after you heal this inner child and you healed your spiritual child, what they're going to do for this now. You're gonna go nuts. Okay? You're gonna be so powerful, you're gonna be so happy, you will understand things far beyond your understanding. You will evolve. All right, let's see what's going on with. Uh, 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 I respect you so much. Volley, Twix Twin. Uh, he blocked me. You need to understand that if you block your twin flame and you don't want communications with them, you don't want communications with them. You blocking that connection. But if you unblocked your twin and they continue blocking you, they have to work on themselves of doing the things. Okay? That's what this is. You need to understand if they blocking communications with you, what is their fears? What do they fear? What do they hide? What are their wounds? They have to look their own wounds. We're talking about healing right now, but you're going back into your childhood. Maybe there was something in the childhood they need to fix. All right? And I appreciate you guys, Volley, Twix Twin. I respect you so much. Light worker, thanks you. Enjoy this so much. Volley, Twix Twin. I'm a chaser for 11 years. Stop chasing. Stop chasing. You stop chasing it, they stop running. Okay? I don't chase. When a runner wants to run, they come to you and they say things like, this cannot continue anymore. Bye, boom. And they run away. But guess from what they run? They're running from the true self. They're running from the ability to solve problems. They're running from the truth from within. They're running because of ego. There is something that it triggers them. All right, that's what the runner is running from. But you as a chaser, you want to chase love. That's mean you have codependency in you. You feel this codependency, and that's what you chase. Then look at your codependency. Okay, if somebody runs away from you in a twin flame, if somebody gets all that stuff, all right, look from within. Somebody harm you, damage you, don't talk to you, or they talk to you about other things, and you're like, you know what, I had enough. You promised me things, you promised me that. Bye. I mean, go work on yourself. I mean, you lie, you do things, you misinform me, you pretend that this. I don't want a pretensions. I want true. I want a real relationship. That's how usually the things coming up as a twin flames is when the truth is not there. When the truth is not there, the trust is broken, and when the trust is broken, then guess what? Everyone has to go back and fix their crap. And guess what? When you fix your crap, then it comes back, and the divine is like, okay, they fix their stuff. I'll meet them again. That's what this inner work, and that's the purpose of the separations is. Because if someone didn't heal their childhood wounds, they can move forward. They'll carry them with them. But you can't carry a pain from with you if you want to be a twin flame. The only thing you want to carry with you is that you're in the service of God's love. You're a servant of God. Okay? Yes, you do the things, you gotta have things that you do. And so you can support the life, you can support your thing, you can have a job, you can have a regular things, okay? But you fix your internal self, okay? There's gonna be a presented options for you how you to make money, achieve things, buy things, and sell things. But you're gonna be understand it from higher perspective, not because of the things that you wanted. Okay, and if there is a missing links, there is a problem, and those problems rise up when you have an adult relationship. All right, let's see what else is going on with the chat. Uh, I stopped chasing and still feel this energy. Yeah, the energy you will feel, but once you focus on your own energy, not in your twin, then you really stop chasing because you will change your twin energetically. Hi, Mora. Thank you for being here. And yeah, talk with everybody, but not with me. Yeah, well, you have to talk to yourself too. That is a looking inside of you. You always come on a divine timing, do you? Yeah, Mora, you know me. Okay. Guys, if you don't know Mora, I know Mora. She's been some of my workshops that I did. Also, Mora wrote a few books on twin flames. Okay. Just saying. I know he felt the energy. Yeah, but felting an energy, and if something was broken, would that energy will matter? See, you need to understand sometimes actions works better than energy because people can feel energy or people can block the energy. All right, the divine can block the energy between twin flames because sometimes the twin flames argue with energy levels. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So try not to use energy. Use actions. Actions to the real world. They speaking louder than words and energy. Okay. That's what this is. Nothing else. Nothing else works out. All right, guys. Well, I have things to do. I'll appreciate that you guys are here. Um, by the way, I just want to tell you that Petya and Andrea, they're going to have a live video. They are twin flames also from Bulgaria, and they're going to be talking about situations from a point of view of twin flames. Uh, if you go ahead and find search Petya and Andrea twin flames, I believe you guys can go and see it. I will have a few things to do, but I will try to be on their chat as soon as I come back and do my own things. All right, guys. Josh, is there any questions more in the chat or no? Makes so much sense. Focus on ourselves. The human inside of us wants to look outside ourselves, although it's necessary to look from within. Yes, Mora. Answers you're seeking, answers and validations. Okay, here's the thing. Answers and validations from others is to satisfy you. Okay, but to satisfy what portions of you? When you have expectations or you want someone to act a certain way, that comes from the ego to satisfy your ego. And when you're looking at the actions and the validations from the other people, guess what? If they tell you no, what's going to happen? They trigger your wounds. Pay attention when people tell you no when you ask for something. Okay? That is the one thing that while you're learning to accept yes, you unlearn to accept no. And if you learn to accept, to not accept no most of your life, how would you be able to heal your wounds? There is a little magic into that no. Okay? Because when you ask, can you do so this and this, you should be able to be okay with the both sides of the coin, yes or no. All right? Because you ask, can you? How about if you ask, can we? So when you look at it and a can we, that's mean you and I, we're a team. That's how the twin flame will do this. Or can you? Because when you use the can you, now it becomes personal. Okay? And if you had, can we wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go to work? Okay. But guess what? You wake up at 8 o'clock and it's 9, 10, 11, and guess what? The other person sleeps till 11. Oops. Now there is beginning this I problem. This is the things that you need to look from within. Look at it from the parts that you need to heal. Because there is a lot of difference when you say and you do and you perform as we, and there is a lot of difference as a I. Okay? Because when you say I, it's personal. I want, I need, that is demands. I did, look at me, I want to show off. All right? Yes, there is a certain things that you did yourself and you showing up, yeah, I did this. All right? But when you make it as I did this, this, and this, and now I demand this, then it's other problem. Okay? Maybe in some situations you have to say what you did just to remind it. But how the reminder will be, that's a whole another questions. Because if you look at it, okay, well, we did this and this, and we did this and this, and we did not did this and this. And when we did not did this and this, then led to this, this, and this. That's why you and I are not we. How about that down there? And you begin to look back your childhood traumas. Uh, One, this is very good. Thank you. Uh, can we have a link? We'll see if I can be posting the link. I will copy the link from Petya and Andre. Stock, I know it begins from like within an hour from now. So I will go ahead and see if I can post the link either on a Facebook. I think there is a link on a Facebook. Josh, maybe you can find it. And I'll see if I can be able to transfer here to the YouTube. All right, guys. Appreciate it, you guys being here. Thank you so much for everything, and I have to go. You guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. If you guys have any ideas, any things that you want me to talk with you, giving us suggestions either on the Facebook or here on YouTube. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be love. Bye bye.